Hey guys, I know I'm a day late. Sorry about that. I kind of warned you that the next couple of weeks were going to be a little topsy turvy, and they really are with life happening and everything else, especially getting into a new place. So bear with me the next couple of weeks, guys. The schedule is going to be a little weird, and I apologize for that. But let's get right into it. 90 plus review for Monday, even though today's Tuesday, is Need for Speed Rivals on the PS4. Now, most of you probably know that from my launch video that I got Need for Speed Rivals as a launch title. And that was not always going to be the case. I was originally going to get Drive Club, and when Drive Club got delayed, I was like, well, I have to have a driving game. It's kind of a tradition for me when I buy consoles, I gotta have a driving game with it. That's just kind of how it is. I've always said you gotta have a shooter, you gotta have an action game, like an adventure game, some kind of puzzle game, and a driving game. Like, have the variety, right? So Need for Speed went on the list, and boy, am I glad it did. It's made by Criterion Games, which is the same company that did the Burnout series, which I am such a huge fan of. Absolutely adore that series. And they've also done a few Need for Speeds in between as well. So these guys clearly know how to do a driving game, but I was a little bit wary of, how much fun can it be to, get chased by a cop or be a cop chasing people, and the online thing made it sound a little bit better. So I said, all right, we'll see what's going on. And right away, like, for the game is beautiful, runs very smooth, is excellent. I'd tell you there are no spoilers, but there's not really a story. Like, they say there's a story, but there's not a story. You are a badass driver, or you are a cop, and you're against insert the character class that you're not, and then you're going to win. That's all. Ugh. I'm badass because I drive a car. That's the plot. That's it. So you drive around, and there's various things. Over time, you get upgrades to weapons and nitro and everything you think of. And when you're a racer, you buy the cars and the upgrades with money you earn for just being badass, I guess. They never quite say where the money's actually coming from, but that's how you buy your upgrades. As a cop, you're given all of your new cars, and then you just buy the upgrades. So my understanding then would be, I guess from their perspective, you start the game as a cop to learn the kind of the tricks, and then become a racer when you really want to kind of hone your skills. I didn't feel that way, so I started as a racer, and I got pretty far pretty quick. The multiplayer aspect of the game is really, really good. It's very easy to party up. It's a lot of fun to race with people. It's even just fun just to be on the same track when you guys are doing different things. And what makes it even cooler is that if you use the companion app that's available for iOS and Android, you can actually help each other as you race. So let's say that one buddy's racing on a track or in a hot pursuit or something like that. You go into your garage and you're sitting there safe, and you just use the app to help bump off cops or refill his nitrous or repair his car or whatever. It's really cool. And I like doing that even when I'm not in the game. It lets you play the Overwatch mode, even if you're not actually in game. So I could be anywhere with the phone or the tablet and be playing with those guys. Much like Commander Mode app for Battlefield 4, which is also quite fun. For me, because these companion apps were so well fleshed out, particularly the Need for Speed Network one, that took way too long to get to Android. So part of the reason I'm doing the reviews in the 90 plus format most of the time is because most of your major kinks should be out of the game by then. And in the case of Need for Speed Rivals, I can firmly say that's true. Because the big shortcoming with that game was that there was no Android companion app. You had to use basically, you had to use, like, Firefox, I think, worked, and Chrome also worked, but other browsers didn't process it well. Then go full screen mode, worked very well. But the app is way more responsive. So if you haven't tried this game yet, or you tried it and you're like, it's good, but I'll come back to it, now's a good time, especially with the app and everything. So it kind of gives you, like, 3 progressions to deal with: cop, racer, and the app. And it's just fun to do. It's a lot of fun. It's something different, and that's part of why I like the arcadey racing games so much, because they're just fun. They're just fun to skid around and have a good time. That's all there is to it. I'm not big on, like, driving simulators, like, I don't understand. Let me rephrase it. I kind of understand the appeal, but that doesn't appeal to me. That's not something that I fantasize about at all. Now, the arcade driving, that's more my speed. I like going as fast as I possibly can and then making a really cool crash happen. You know, I do have a Need for Speed video on the channel. Check it out. There's a pretty good crash at the end I'm very proud of. And the Criterion guys, did an excellent job with this game. I mean, it's a beautiful game with great mechanics. You really feel like you're going fast. The only downside, I would say, is that there's no story. And I would also say that unless you have people to play with, unless you're just going for a casual, race here and there, there's no replay value as far as like going through the progression again, because you can't really. So, I mean, once you unlock everything, then it's just kind of drive around, which I already do anyway. Like, I could have unlocked the game a few times over if I had just been more focused, but sometimes I just like driving around. That's to me the mark of a great game. If you got a game that's got cars in an open world and you're compelled to just drive, doesn't that mean they succeeded in what they were trying to do? I think it did. I did not get that from Burnout Paradise. I didn't have any fun with that. Just driving around. Like, I wanted to progress in the tracks and everything. And then with Burnout Paradise, you didn't have the crash mode, which was by far my favorite game mode of any driving game ever. Whoever is going to be making the next Burnout game, will you please listen to us? Give us a crash mode again, please. Please. Okay, but anyway. So Burnout. Need for Speed Rivals, excellent arcade racing game. It's not going to, set the bar so high in terms of, breaking the mold of social racing games or anything like that. But everything it sets out to do, it does, and it does well. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 for that, just because it's not groundbreaking in terms of gameplay, and there's no real incentive to go back and play through it again. Those are the only drawbacks that I can see. But it looks phenomenal, it plays phenomenal, delivers on its promises, and I still play it from time to time. There you go. When Drive Club eventually comes out, and I saw some news today that they said they are going to give us some more details on that. I'm pretty sure that's going to come out, honestly, probably around the same time as Watch Dogs, I bet. And if that game delivers on what it is promising, that was going to be like the benchmark for driving games, I think. Because it just really has a whole other thing. And the crew. I'm not a guy that is... I don't buy a lot of racing games. Like, the only car games that I was really religious with was Burnout. I had all of them. Well, let me rephrase. I had the second one, and then I got the third one, then I got the fourth one, and so on. So kind of like from Burnout 2 on, I just kind of hung on to it. And, it's the only one that I've really hung on to. And then now with Need for Speed, like, this is my first Need for Speed since the very original one on PlayStation 1. So... and then I bought Need for Speed was it Underground? Whatever one of the ones that just went on sale through the Most Wanted for Vita was like $5. The PS3 version, the Vita version. If you go on the PlayStation Store right now, and today is March the 11th, 2014. So if you go to the store this weekish, you can get the PS3 version of that game and the Vita version separate, $5 each. And the Vita version of the game is really smooth. It runs really, really well. And I had been looking at Asphalt Injection for a while, because that's a lot of fun, but for $5, I know that the Need for Speed, game is going to deliver just as well, and I have a great time with it. So, again, $5, why wouldn't you? So now I've got something on the go. Speaking of, I did play Need for Speed Rivals on Remote Play. No complaints. It runs great. I just wanted to have the Need for Speed game on there in case Remote Play wasn't an option. And I think that's kind of my thing, is when I go portable, I want to have certain things available to me in the absence of other things. There you go. So, that's Need for Speed Rivals, 8 out of 10. If you're watching this today, Monday, or Tuesday, tomorrow, I will be doing the Wednesday slot, and I think this week we're going to go with Strider. Because I promise you guys I'll talk about Strider It's not a 90 plus, but who the hell cares at this point? You guys, I don't think are going to be too. There's going to be one guy, and I know who you are, that's going to go, well, it's not 90 days old. Well, Strider's fucking almost 30 years old, so it's a remake. See, I'll find a way to make that 90 plus work. Don't try to catch me, son! Alright, take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And as always, keep on grinding later on.